I'm just going to talk you through a driver custom fit that I did with a customer yesterday morning. The gent came into me and instructed me that he wanted to try and find more length with his driver. He found that his own driver was going a little bit high up into the air. He was struggling a bit when it was windy, especially when he was going into the wind. He felt like he was losing a lot of distance. He felt like the ball was stalling quite a bit up into the air. So what we always do, we always test your own clubs first, so then we can see what's actually happening with your own equipment, and then we can work from there to try and improve this. So with the gent's own driver, he was achieving 145 miles an hour of ball speed. So that's literally the speed that the ball is leaving the club face at. He had a vertical launch angle of 14 degrees, a backspin rate of 3,300 RPM on the golf ball. So hopefully everybody's aware that a golf ball has to have backspin on it to rise up into the air. We just want to try and hit a certain amount. So we don't want to have too much, otherwise it will go too high. And we don't want to have too little, otherwise it will fall out the sky and won't carry to its full potential. So from these numbers, the gent was generating 235 carry and then 252 yards of total distance. So that's still a long way, still a very, very healthy hit for an amateur golfer, but this guy's got quite a bit of speed in there and he felt like he was just losing a little bit with his current club. So we did a little bit of testing, and then the club that we finalised and got him the best performance out of was actually the Callaway Epic 9 degree with an Aldila Rogue Max shaft in there. So all of the things about the golf club, what I've done to tweak them there, have tried to bring the golf ball down. So I've given him a little bit less loft in the new driver. I've given him a head that is going to be lower spinning than his own driver. So you could have a 9 degree head from each manufacturer and they will all launch and spin slightly differently. So just from the experience of working with the Callaway driver this year, I know that it tends to knock quite a bit of backspin off the golf shots. So that's going to help you with distance. And then also with the Aldila Rogue shaft, that's also a low to mid flying shaft, which is going to try and help him control his ball flight a little better. So having said that, how did we improve his numbers? So his ball speed jumped from 145 miles an hour to 152. Now that's a really, really big gain. That's one of the biggest gains that I've generally ever seen on a driver from raw ball speed. So 1 mile an hour of ball speed equates to 2 or 3 yards on the golf course. So if he's gained 7 miles an hour there, that's instantly going to give him at least 14 yards more distance without then even improving any more numbers about the shot and about the ball flight. So we've kept his launch angle pretty much where it was because that's a good number to be at. 14 degrees is a very healthy launch angle to be at, but really we needed to try and change his backspin rate. So his spin was a little bit too high, which hence is why he was getting that floaty ball flight, and in the wind it was stalling quite a lot. So by reducing his backspin number, down to 2,200, so taking over 1,000 RPM off of his original spin number, that means his ball is going to be travelling forwards more at the peak of its flight. So rather than going up and stalling, it's going to carry on going forwards. So that is one of the main reasons why this gent has received a lot more distance from the new driver. So his ball speed, combined with a much better backspin rate, has then got him carrying it to 267 yards and then totaling it at 288 yards. So we've gained him 36 yards on average. That is absolutely monumental on a driver. That's going to be 3, maybe 4 clubs less going into any given green out on the golf course. Now, I've known this guy for quite a while. I've been fitting him for probably 7 or 8 years, and I've never seen driver numbers from him like this. So the Callaway Epic again is coming out as a fantastic driver. So the great thing about the facility that we have here, we can whip the shutters up in the air and we can hit the golf balls out onto the driving range. So rather than just seeing the data and numbers on a screen, we can see the true ball flight in the air, and we can really see the difference that ball speed and that spin rate is making when the ball is actually flying. So the proof really is watching the ball fly downrange, and we're very, very lucky here to have that facility. I believe it makes a heaps of difference in terms of actually seeing what the ball is going to be doing on the golf course, and that's going to give you a lot more trust, and it's going to give you a lot more belief in what we're showing you here. So if you think you could gain from a driver fitting, if you think your numbers need to change a little bit, then feel free to give us a call. We can book you in and we can try any driver of your choice.